exactly who the ops are on your side or whatever. I just know their name, FBG. They said that somebody pissed on at the grave side.
Yeah, me.
That was you,
Well, you filmed that video in front of the grave, and then I seen the grave was blurred out.
Him and all the set.
Help me.
Alright, y'all, now as y'all know, karma comes in many forms. And it may not come today, tomorrow, hell, it may take years to come. But one thing about it is, it usually happens when you least expect it. Now I say that because this Texas rapper was shot, and according to his affiliates, he is expected to survive. However, he may now be paralyzed. Not even sure how true that is, but what we do know is that this didn't come from no op of his, and in fact, some people thought that he was shot by the police. But in reality, rumor has it that he got into it with a tire shop employee over a dispute with a car or whatever business deal that they had. A shootout ensued, and then he was hit that way. Popular Texas blog who goes by the name Dallas Scoreboard will post about the incident as it will say, quote, on August 26, 2025, at around 2:20 p.m., Irving police officers responded to a shooting incident at a business on East Irving Boulevard. Preliminary investigation revealed that a dispute between two customers, Elijah Jacobs and Cato Rivers, both 21 years old, and the business owners escalated into a physical altercation when the customers entered a restricted area of the muffler shop. When confronted by the owners, the suspects became aggressive and brandished firearms. In an effort to prevent the suspects from using their weapons, the business owners physically restrained them. During this struggle, the suspects threatened to shoot, and as they attempted to flee in a vehicle, they dragged one of the victims alongside. Sheesh. A firearm was discharged in the process, injuring Rivers, who subsequently fled with Jacobs in the vehicle. Responding officers swiftly located the suspect's vehicle near Strickland Plaza and West Irving Boulevard. Officers rendered aid to Rivers until emergency medical services transported him to a local hospital. Jacobs was arrested and booked into jail, while Rivers remained hospitalized and will be booked once medically cleared. Now, of course, as y'all know, whenever someone loses their life, or at least look like they're going to, the trolling starts by their ops. This case is no different, as one of FBG M's ops would state, quote, I'm finna send help cuz don't DIE yet. One would even go as far as trolling Chicago's own Bloodhound Q50, as he would state, quote, now tell Q50, come down here. However, close affiliates of FBG would assure that he was good despite the rumors of him being gone, as one person would state, quote, bleed gonna be straight, F you N-words on 3. Now, Bloodhound Q50 will respond himself to the trolling, because as y'all know, these two had somewhat of a tight relationship. He would state, quote, you know we built for whatever come our way, broski, and you know what talk we just had before we parted ways. Love the F out you, you finna be alright. Now, it seems like he'll be alright, but judging from the Dallas Scoreboard's post, once he does heal up medically, he would be charged for his role in the shooting. And as you can see, it's police who was working very hard to try to keep him alive, and allegedly, he was begging them not to let him pass away. So being the drill rapper he is, and y'all know how they love talking about F the cops, doing the dash on the cops, running from them, I hope he knows that that's now out the window. There should be no more F the cops or F the police bars, because them same police is possibly the reason why he's still here now. So with that being said, the main thing I noticed about this story was the fact that he was heard months ago dissing his ops about one of them being paralyzed. And whether it's true or not, they saying he may not be able to use his legs. Ain't it crazy how the universe works if that's true? Anyway, shout out to the Family TV. Y'all check them out if y'all like what y'all see. But in the meantime, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. Y'all see that? I can't walk, help me. So that's where all the paralyzed rumors are coming from. He said he can't walk. And here he go, the first thing he said, y'all don't let me die, please help me.
Getting sent up, I don't know why. The promoter said we can't get in with them blitzers, I don't know.
They said that somebody pissed on at the graveside.
Yeah, me.
That was you,
Well,
did it?
you filmed that video in front of the grave, and then I seen the grave was blurred out.
Him and all the set.
And so you don't feel like that's taking a little too far, going to the graveside?
Nah, when it's deep, it can only get deeper.
I think the sister, she was on there saying like, y'all come back here, come do it again.
But look, this the crazy thing though. Look, my brother, Kuzma, he in jail right now. He had already pissed on him. She went up there after he pissed, but it was the second time.
Fam, God really do work in mysterious.
Man, you see that? You see that? And guess where they at? No jumper. Once again, hey, at some point, no jumper got to be studied.
Ways. Man, life will come at you fast. Just 4 months ago, we covered the Texas drill rapper who went by the name of FBG Murda. And the crazy part, as we mentioned in that video, as we discussed the Texas drill scene, he made his name after his ops, carrying the same initials as them, like it was one big tump from the jump. Now mind you, this the same dude who went viral for pissing on his enemy grave, filming it, and even bragging about it in the interview, which we'll later play. Shortly after his opposition went viral, for getting his homie deceased mom tattooed on his hand. But all this come after this rapper, who we'll later discuss, had to
He got his ops deceased mom name tatted on his hand. Oh, nah, these guys
started to push things even further, doing a music video while pissing on the grave, and even laughing about it. And as mentioned, the link will be in the bio. But just 4 months later, life spun the block. That same man who was out here laughing at somebody else's pain is now the one that's caught on camera begging for his life after being shot.
See?
Time it wasn't by his enemy, it was for self-defense. See, a lot of these rappers think they putting the pressure on, trying to intimidate. But the truth is, more and more people out here are legally armed, especially business owners. And they not playing. Like they say, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. More often than not, these intimidation tactics backfire. And the one who thought he was the hunter ended up being the prey. And that's exactly what we saw here. Within the last 24 hours, a video surfaced, which we'll later check out via YouTube guidelines. It was a video of FBG Murda laid out on the ground, begging for help after being shot by a local business owner. So today, we're gonna break down exactly what happened. Who was FBG Murda? Revisit the first incident at the grave, and then talk about the latest shooting and where the drill culture in Texas stands today in 2025. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Fan meet Kato Rivers, 21 years old, from Dallas, Texas. He rep OTS, but his name is FBG Murda, far as his rap name. And the FBG, well, that's his enemy's name. OTS stands for Only the Sacks. FBG stands for Free Bird Gang. As mentioned in the previous video, this is a man who once pissed on his enemy grave and even went on no jumper via interview to double down on the situation.
Play with that money, boy. I put
A
it.
lot of Chicago
See, let me tell y'all too, right? When you play with the unalive, just know what comes with that. When you go to them grave sites and you play with the deceased, see, I don't know, a lot of people don't understand spirituality. But just know when you go and you play with the deceased, just know the can of worms you're opening. And clearly we have seen countless of times that hasn't worked for any of these guys. How many times we seen these guys go to grave sites, do funny stuff, whether it's peeing on the grave, trying to dig the grave up, whatever they wanted to do to the grave. Next you know, months later we hear that they lost their life or got shot or close to losing their life. Rest in peace, YBC Dude. We went to see him. I don't even know if he went to the grave specifically, but he mocked digging up a grave of his rival, and look what happened months later. See how that works? It is many people. There's another DC artist, I forgot his name. He went to his ops grave site in the cemetery and shot a whole music video. Not too long after that, he got unalived. Y'all better stop going to them cemeteries, because you gonna make that your last resting place.
shit. So when I see your name, I'm like, FBG Murda. Everybody be thinking that you from FBG from Chicago.
Nah, we not from 63rd. Everybody be thinking that.
But what I had seen that tripped me out though, cause like, I thought your clique was called FBG. That ain't even the name of your clique. That's the Opps.
When you build, like, man, it's your for real. Like, so I just made myself FBG. Like, I'm FBG. And I know, like, when you say FBG, I don't think of mine, I think of FBG Murda.
That's the greatest disrespect ever, yeah.
We do a lot of Chicago shit.
Twice.
They be mad at the FBG. I don't know exactly who the ops are on your side or whatever. I just know they name FBG. They said that somebody pissed on at the grave side.
Yeah, me.
That was you.
Well,
Did it?
you filmed that video in front of the grave, and then I seen the grave was blurred out.
Him and all the set.
And so you don't feel like that's taking a little too far, going to the grave side?
Nah, when it's deep, it can only get deeper.
I think the sister, she was on there saying like, y'all come back here, come do it again.
But look, this the crazy thing though. Look, my brother, Kuzma, he in jail right now. He had already pissed on him. She went up there after he pissed, but that was the second time.
Yeah,
Second
so y'all
time.
back to back piss on the dude.
Yeah, back to back.
He don't.
And they think it's cool. That's the crazy part. They think, not to mention, look at when you pay attention to them interviews, I always tell y'all, these guys go to these interviews and don't talk nothing about music. out of 100% of that interview, 95% of that interview is going to be about street stuff, and these guys fall into that trap every time. At least back in the days when you watch interviews of your favorite artists, you know you're going to get stuff about music. You're going to hear whatever shows they got coming up, whatever project they got coming up. You might get into a few personal things, but it wasn't street because these guys had enough sense to say, nah, we're not going to talk about that up here. But for some reason, these guys invite that energy and they want to talk about it. And I guess it makes them feel cool, but it became the new norm to talk about street business on social media. Look at
They say karma real, cause imagine doing all that perping, then just 4 months later, you get caught on camera begging for your life, cause you and your partner had flashed out on a local business owner, who in return, shot you in the process. August 26, 2025, at around 2:30 p.m. on the 1000 block of East Irving Boulevard, Irving police said a shooting happened. Investigators believe 21-year-old FBG Murda and his friend 21-year-old Elijah Jacob got into an argument with the business owners, and there was a physical altercation in return. FBG Murda and Elijah allegedly entered a restricted area of the muffler shop. When they was asked to leave, they became aggressive and pulled out firearms, and then a struggle ensued. Now the shop was called Zach's Muffler, a business with 4.2 stars and over 100 comments on Google. Where after the altercation ensued, one of the employees ended up being dragged by the car that the two suspects were in. Sources to the scene say that's because Rivers and Jacobs tried to flee, and one of the employees had jumped on a vehicle to try to stop him. There was also a girl who was driving the vehicle, but that didn't come until after FBG Murda was allegedly shot by one of the employees after the altercation. Check out the scene.
Now, you know what's crazy? He been shot, he might be paralyzed, and he still might go to jail. Because if you pay attention, he messed up. Once they said that him and the other suspect went past the restricted area, you're not supposed to be there for one. 2, you brandished a firearm, right? And for y'all that's out there, y'all think y'all so tough, showing these firearms, thinking that's gonna scare somebody, just understand, for every tough guy out there, there's somebody tougher. There's somebody that don't care. So you think you tough, and you think that they stopped making guns when they made yours, you got another thing coming. So with all that being said, he got shot, might be paralyzed, and once he heal up, he's gonna have to face these charges. And 9 times out of 10, he's going down. You try to shoot somebody, right? So at the end of the day, he just got the bad end of the stick 2 times. Shot, might be paralyzed, even when you heal, then you go into jail. That's actually 3. Shit.
Walk, help me. Help me. Hey, where's the gun? Got it, help me.
Yeah, that nigga shot.
You don't want to hear that.
That nigga shot.
Go to your left.
Or just in case something shoot, I have nowhere to go. I'm trying to.
He's already shot.
You don't want to hear that.
The dude's already shot. Look. Yeah. They had to be chasing him or something.
Oh. Shit.
One side. One side.
Back then, I thought they couldn't fuck with me. I learned to put my car in my car, trying to get my car fixed. This is my mechanic shop.
No, Rivers was taken to the hospital as you.
Now, I just want for the young guys that see this, right? Just understand that this is the possible end result. All this F the ops, F the cops. Oh, I'm the Reaper, I'm this. This man was literally begging for his life from the same people that I'm sure he dissed in his music. F the cops. Don't let me die. See how that works? Y'all gotta move
Just
smarter,
so
man.
Jacobs was booked into a jail for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Rivers is facing the same charge and will be booked into a jail once he is medically cleared, according to local authorities. Now, at the time, Rivers' condition is unknown. It's not clear how serious his injuries are. Police have not said who fired the shot that struck Rivers. Now, in this video, we didn't really talk about FBG Murda crew and his history, because we did that in the previous video, released 4 months ago, as mentioned. I'll leave the link in the bio. But let's be real right now. He made his name off disrespect, even naming himself after his ops. He pissed on graves, dissed mothers, and laughed at the pain of others. But just months later, he was the one on camera fighting for his life. And it goes back to what I always say, clout fades, but consequences don't. You can laugh at somebody else's pain, but sooner or later, life gonna test you. Rest assured. The streets don't forget. Sometimes God reminds you quicker than you think. Fam, this was the story of a local rapper who, right now, is fighting for his life after being shot by a civilian. Not his enemy, a civilian who's apparently registered to carry because his information has been withheld from local authorities. Just months after he making diss tracks, but also pissed on his enemy grave. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then,
Alright, y'all. Now, like I said, for the ones that's out there, you know, the tough guys that think it can't happen to them, you know, life got a weird way of working. He didn't get shot by none of his ops, right? He didn't get shot by an op, but instead he got shot by a civilian. Who would have thought? Imagine going your whole life, got to dip and dodge from your ops, and you actually doing it until you actually go to a tire shop and get shot and almost lose your life from a tire shop employee. Imagine telling that story to your kids. I was one of the biggest reapers out there. I was doing X, Y, and Z, but then I got shot by a tire shop employee. Oh, man. Anyway, that just goes to show, man, sometimes karma comes in all forms. You never know where it comes from, but he peed on somebody's grave, and not to mention he also made fun of his other op that I think they say is also paraplegic or something wrong with his legs. I don't know. Like I said, karma got a way of working. Now he might possibly be paralyzed himself. As you see, he said he can't walk. So y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. I'm out.